Hello, good morning. I'm Sonia Davis, spiritual strategist, and welcome to your guidance for the week ahead. It is Monday, the 22nd of December, and this week, this guidance is going to take you through the energies and themes for the week ahead and some cards to help you with how you can navigate those energies from today, Monday, the 22nd of December, 2025, through to Sunday, the 28th. And I want to say a slightly belated solstice blessings for yesterday. I hope you had a wonderful solstice. The energies of this last weekend have been massive, and yet I felt it was one of those. We knew there was going to be a big build up. We had the passing of Three Eye Atlas on the 19th. We had the new moon in Sagittarius on the 20th, and we had the solstice on the 21st. That's three powerful energetic impulses happening together, basically. Um, and we all knew that something was going to shift at that point. And the reality is that it wasn't like a big, here we go, this is it, it's all new now. It's more it's more subtle and gentle than that. And that's really what I'm feeling today and for the week ahead. And my guides have been dropping in and sharing things with me about this week. And it's really I think I was watching a video from Pam Gregory a couple of days ago. I think it came out over the weekend. And she said it in a way, I'm like, yes, that's what it is. She said, it's not that we were going to have a big, like, bang, suddenly everything changes this weekend, just gone. But it's that we're going to come to it later and look back and go, oh, that's when it changed. So it's more subtle, I think, than any of us were particularly expecting. So, and that really explains what these energies are this coming week as well. Obviously, we have Christmas. Now, whether you celebrate that or not, that is happening on Thursday, on the 25th. And it changes the energy of the week as well, because it changes the way that we show up on a day-to-day basis. So many of you, I mean, I've no idea how many people will watch this, maybe more than normal, maybe less, I don't know, because we all have slightly different routines right now because it's the holidays, it's that festive season. Like I say, regardless of whether you actually celebrate Christmas or not, it's the energy, the world around you globally is changing what it's doing this week. People are doing different things. There's different stuff going on, different things happening, different pressures, different joys, different opportunities. And really, the energies this week are giving us some breathing space. Now, I think that's partly to navigate what we've just gone through this weekend. So there's a real theme coming up for me at the moment around integration, but also so that we can just navigate the holiday season. And in whatever way that you might be doing that. I mean, for me personally, it's a really, really quiet, really quiet. And we're barely doing anything at all, and that feels perfect. There's a real sense of calmness and stillness, and almost like we're taking the time to disconnect and pause fully, which is wonderful. And for me, that's beautiful and perfect. And me and my husband, that's exactly what we need. Let's be honest, 2025 has been a heck of a year for all of us on different levels, in different ways. It showed up differently for everyone, but 2025 has been tough. It's been a 9 year, which is all about, in numerology, endings, completion, clearing out the old. 2026 is going to have a very different feel to it. And I personally believe, I mean, for me, the winter solstice, the December solstice, depending which hemisphere you're in, really is that, if you like, that's my celebration. That's my new year, new start, because we've come down into the depths of the darkness, and the solstice is where we go, right, and now we start climbing back up again into the light. So for me, the newness starts now rather than an arbitrary date in a couple of weeks' time on the 1st of January, because that's just a calendar that's been imposed to try and segment things in a very human way. In terms of nature, in terms of the universe, for me, the solstice is kind of the new start, the new beginning. And there's a real feeling of hope and joy. And I think I've woken up this morning, the energies feel quite different, but not in a way I can name. Not in it's a sensation, it's a feeling. It's not a sense of there's no sense of anticipation and waiting. There's a sense of you've done the work. Take a breath. It's okay. That's what I'm really feeling this morning. And that, I think, is the energy that's going to carry through the whole week. So yeah, as I was saying, 2025 has been a tough year for every single one of us. The astrology has been mind-blowing and is going to continue into 2026. This doesn't mean that suddenly everything is better, right? This doesn't mean that the world literally changes tomorrow or on the 2nd of January or whatever it is. But it does mean we start to see things shifting. And I think that change is going to happen over the next year or two. But this is where we had to get to that depth, that breaking point. And whether that's globally or personally, we've had to go down into those depths. We've been down in the trenches, we've been in the mud, and we've been getting rid of the things that we don't need. This week is going to give you an opportunity to come back in a restful place and go, wow, we did that. Let's just take a minute and acknowledge how far we've come. And then we start to go forward. And the cards this week are really going to help with that. Now, I have new cards. Now, I've had my eye on these for a long time, but these were a solstice present. I'm so excited. And we have the Dragon Path oracles, and these are beautiful. I love dragons. I love, love, love dragons. I work with dragons a lot. I am dragon kin, and there's more about that story on my Substack. Actually, my personal journey is more over there. I'll drop the link for that in below if you want to go and have a look at that. I've been putting some channeled messages on there and all sorts of stuff. So do go and have a look at that if you want it. But these are gorgeous. My solstice present. Fabulous dragons. They've just got a beautiful vibration, and I love the artwork on them. So let's dive in. We have 3 cards here. I love the messages of these. So that I'll hold them over here because it's going to reflect my light. The first one is grace. I'm trying to get that so it doesn't reflect the light. There we go. Let's hold that there. Grace. Isn't she beautiful? And when the dragons are talking about grace, they're kind of talking about love. Grace is a more profound, authentic version of love when they're talking about this. And I've been doing some research into this and really feeling into this one. Grace is here. Beautiful dragon that she is. She is here to say, have grace for yourself. This is a real theme for this week. This is about you. Everything this week is about you. You've spent the whole year of 2025, certainly since the spring equinox, but it probably goes back further than that, focusing on dealing with what's been going on around you. You might have been doing some really big shadow work. You may have had some big stuff happening, bereavements. You may have had life-changing experiences over this year, health challenges, all sorts of really big stuff. You may have been working really deep into your trauma. You may have been doing all sorts of difficult things this year. Grace is coming in to say, celebrate yourself, give yourself some love and compassion, because look at how much you've dealt with. You're here. You watching this now, you are here because you've got through all of that. Grace is saying, have some compassion for yourself and go, I did that. So this is the time to say, to take a moment this week and go, wow, look at everything I did. And there's a real sense, a real energy this week of we've been through the big storm and now we've come out the other side and we're going, let's just take a moment to acknowledge that we got through that. The waters have calmed. If you imagine yourself out on a boat at sea and you've come through the most horrendous storm called 2025, and the waters have calmed and the skies have cleared and there's no clouds anywhere and the sun is out and it feels fresh and clean and the waters are calm and you just go, I did that. So I want to invite you to think about what have you done this year? What have you achieved? What have you got through? What have you made it through? What are you sitting here now going, oh, wow, I did that? Have some grace and compassion for yourself. It's very easy, particularly this week with Christmas as well, to get caught up in all the things that you haven't done. It's nearly the end of the year and I didn't do this and I didn't do that and I set this goal and I didn't meet it. No, no. Have grace for yourself. Have some love for yourself and allow yourself to go, let's just look at all the things I did do. And maybe there's a reason you didn't achieve that goal or do that thing or whatever, because actually that wasn't the right thing for you anyway. But look at all the things you've done instead. So I want to invite you with grace, have some grace for yourself and really take a moment to celebrate this week. Take some time, do a bit of reflection, find yourself a bit of calm in the chaos of this week if it is chaotic for you. Really try and find some calm and take that time to consciously reflect and celebrate what you have done and give yourself some love for getting through it. We all need some of that. So that's Grace. Oh, beautiful. Love these cards. And she is followed closely by Hearn. And again, I'll try and line him up so he's there we go. Hearn, isn't he beautiful? Now, interestingly, I mean, these are brand new. I literally only opened them yesterday, so I'm still finding my way around these. But Hearn, when I was reading up, he is so perfect. He is the dragon of the winter solstice, which was yesterday, literally yesterday. I'm recording this on Monday morning, the 22nd. So, he is the dragon of the winter solstice, and he is here to remind you, especially this week, with the chaos of Christmas, and you may be surrounded by people and noise and kids and stuff and busyness and cooking and all of those things. Hearn is here to say, connect with the earth. Remember, all of that noise is not actually nature. That's not natural. Hearn is deeply connected with the earth, with Gaia herself. And he's saying, nature takes a breath right now. Nature is not doing anything this week. Nature is going, whew, pause, stop. It's not time to grow new things. It's not time to do new things. It's time to go, okay, take a breath. Hearn is inviting you to remember that this time, the middle of winter at the solstice, is the time to stop. It is not the time to be pushing forward. So how can you this week, particularly with all the chaos that comes with Christmas, how can you find those moments to connect with nature, to connect with your own nature, to connect with that sense of stillness and hibernation and quiet and calm? Really dive into what nature means for you, because we are all nature. We are all created from Earth and the stars and the universe, and everything sits within us. It's in our cells, it's in our DNA, it's in the electrical charges in our bodies. How can you connect more with your true nature, the essence of Earth? Bring forward the element of Earth into your world this week. So if you are running around with all the chaos of Christmas, how can you build in moments to connect with nature? And it might be going for a walk. taking the dog or the kids or whatever to the park or whatever it is. But while you're there, just give yourself a moment just to connect with nature and feel that calmness, feel that serenity. Hearn reminds you the world of always on is not nature. Nature rests, right? Nature is cyclical. Nature goes up and down, and there are times of busyness and times of calm. And this week is a time of calm in nature. And by pushing forward with busyness and noise and chaos, you're actually contradicting nature. So, how can you bring a little bit more of that nature element into your world this week and that sense of calm and quiet stillness? See if you can come up with ways that you can bring that in, even if it's just moments in the day where you just take 2 minutes by yourself to breathe. Breathe the fresh air, go outside, stand outside the back door. Even if you can't get out in nature, stand outside and breathe the air and just close your eyes and just feel nature infusing you. Give yourself those moments of calm and pause in this week. And then we move on to, and this is about moving forward now. And I have a feeling there'll be more of this coming out next week. I don't know that for sure, but I'm just getting the sense that this is going to be a bit of a theme for next week and possibly beyond. We have courage. Now, she is a feisty one, but she is here to protect you. Now, what I'm really getting a sense of, and this really is about building now for the future, we've come through the solstice. We've cleared out so much gunk and rubbish and stuff we don't need. We've ended a lot of things. Chinese astrology, it's been the year of the snake. We've shed an awful lot of layers, a huge number of layers. It's not been easy, but this card is saying, come back to you. Have the courage to do the things that you want to do. Have the courage to put yourself first. That's a really important message I'm getting. And actually, it's a real theme that I've been seeing growing more and more. The way to navigate the new version of this world that we are building and creating right now, the one that isn't about the power and control matrix, but is about love and peace and togetherness and oneness and harmony and all of those beautiful things that we all want. And we all see playing out on the world stage in a way that is the exact opposite of that. And there are lots of reasons for that. I'm not going to dive into all of that now, but this card is saying it's within you. Find your courage. When you are looking back at what you've done this year and you see with grace all the things you've achieved, use that to give yourself the courage to know that you can achieve anything and everything you need to. Now, I'm really, as I say, getting a really strong sense that the rebuilding comes from within. The rebuilding of what we really want this world to look like on a personal level as well as a global level comes back to you being comfortable with yourself. If you're not comfortable within yourself, if you're performing, if you're people pleasing, if you're being perfectionist about things, if you're trying to maintain control over things that aren't yours to control, that's not going to work anymore. That's the old way. That's the old paradigm. And we're moving away from that. That's what 2025 has been about, clearing out that old paradigm. So the one that says, sacrifice yourself for the sake of everyone else is going, no, 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 no. Because that leaves you pouring from an empty cup. That doesn't work. That's the path to burnout. And believe me, I've got the t-shirt on that one. Big time. This is saying, have the courage to love yourself first. Because when you have love for yourself first, you then have more to give to the world. When you heal yourself first, it's not selfish. It's paramount. Because when you are strong and whole and complete, You have so much more you can give to others, the people around you that you choose to give to. You come from a place of confidence and joy and love for yourself. The courage to show up more vibrantly, more profoundly for the people you care about is absolutely there. So this card is giving us a bit of a hint into what's to come over the next, like I say, I don't know because I channel these live every week when I do these. So I don't know what's going to come up next week, but I really do get a sense this is going to be a theme for the next, probably the next couple of months in particular, certainly until we have the Saturn Neptune conjunction at 0 of Aries on the 20th of February. That's going to be a big shift. We'll talk more about that as we go towards it. But I think between now and then, I'm really getting a sense this is the time to do those bits of inner work where you believe in you and you love you. Show yourself some grace and love. Because if you don't love yourself, how can you love other people, right? Put yourself first, but have the courage to do it. And this dragon, isn't she beautiful? She is going, I'm with you. You're not on your own with this. You are not on your own with this. Have the courage to do it. So this week, have a think about where you're still sacrificing yourself. And that may be really highlighted this week with Christmas. If you're surrounded by family and all of those dynamics and politics, think about how you can have the courage to be you and do what you need. It's very easy as humans to try and put other people first because we're worried. We create fear in our brains about how people might react if we say, I don't actually want to do that. You say no to someone. The reality is, if you do actually say no to someone, they probably go, oh, okay, fine. It's not a problem. We create these scenarios in our brains that are so out there. We wind ourselves up with fear. There's been a real theme coming through my channel messages the last few days around letting go of fear, living with love. Love is far more potent. And like I say, you can read those over on my Substack if you want. Put the link for that below. Courage. Courage to be you. Courage to say no to the things that you don't want. Courage to say yes to yourself with grace, with connection with the earth, and with courage. Aren't these beautiful cards? I absolutely love them. I will get more familiar with these as we go along, but I love them. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't expecting them to come out today because I literally only got them yesterday, so I'm still finding my way around them, but I love that Dragons wanted to work with us today. I am going to leave this here. If you want some help with any of this, I'm going to invite you to try the meditation that I did for the solstice. I put that up on my YouTube channel on Friday. I'll drop the link to that here. It's a free meditation. And it was really about harnessing that essence of joy and love. I'm going to be honest, when I recorded that, I came out at the end of it and I was literally laughing with joy. It was amazing. So I really invite you, if you haven't done that already, to go and have a go with that. You may find that really helps you this week as we go through what can be a really stressful week. Take the essence of that solstice nature energy and really find your calm, find your peace. It is a beautiful week. It feels very calm. It feels very fresh. I am sending you so much love. I am around this week if you need anything. Just drop comments below. I will be around to respond and reply. So please do let me know how these land for you. Let me know what you think of the cards. I love them, but I'd love to know what you think. Do you like them? Have a wonderful week. Have a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. And if you don't, have a fabulous week anyway. Feel these energies, be calm and feel the joy. And I will be back next week on Monday the 29th for one that will close out this calendar year. take care and I will see you then.